Hi all, in today's class we are going to discuss on topic that is skeletal bone and its function. As all we know that in adult human skeleton bone is consists of 206 bones. That is 200 skeleton bones plus 6 auditory ossicle bones that we know are Miller's stapes and incus. These are the bones which is present in middle ear. So 3 bones on left right ear and 3 bones on left ear. So in total we will be having 206 bones in the body. Again, the 206 bone is not a standard number because these bones will get vary from person to person. So the range of the total number of bones in adult people is that is 216 to 220 bones. So 206 to 216 bones, because these bones again vary from person to person. Some people may have 6 fingers, some people may have 6 toes, but it is a normal only. It will no way it's going to affect normal function of the body, right? And the each bone has a joints, because if you have bone, automatically you will be having the joints, because with the help of these joints only we will be having a connection with other bones, so that we will have a movement functioning, that is livering functioning. So we can have we can enable to move from one place to another. We have some movement type of function. So other than this joints, we also have some tissues. These tissue mainly help to attach the neighbor bones and the muscles. So these tissues are nothing but cartilage, tendons and the ligaments. So actually the skeleton, the overall skeleton is split up into two thing, that is one is axial skeleton, another one is appendicular skeleton. So these skeleton this type they have been splitted based on the region. They have two types, right? So if you see the axial skeleton, these bones cranium, facial bones, inner ear bones, hanoid bones, vertebral column, sternum and ribs. So these bones occupies the central axis of the body. Okay, so because of this region, these bones are called axial skeleton. So next, if you see appendicular skeleton, the clavicle bone, scapula, humerus, radius and ulnar corpus, that is the bones which are coming out from axis bone, that is the axial skeleton, and also the upper limb and lower limb. So these are the appendicular skeleton bones, right? So once again repeating, there are two types of skeleton bones. Majorly they have been divided based on the region. One is axial skeleton, another one is appendicular skeleton. Axial skeleton is the bone which is present on the axis of the body, central axis of the body, and the bone which are coming out, that is hanging out from the central axis of the bone, which are nothing but the appendicular skeleton. So here we have listed out the bones of appendicular skeleton. So let's start with skull. We know the what is mean by skull. It is a compromised of 22 bones, and it actually enclose the brain, so that brain say placed safely inside the skull. And then you have cranium, that is a top layer of the bones, and the mandibular, that is the lower jaw of the bone. And you have if you take the cranium, actually you have the four lobes, that is a frontal, parietal, occipital, and side if you take temporal. And then you will be having the face bones in this skull. In face bones it covers many bones. One is sphenoid, that is next to the temporal, and ethmoid, that is eye side, that is the outer side of the eye socket, and then inner side of the eye socket is lacrimal, and mandibular is the lower jaw, then upper jaw is the maxilla, and then nasal, you know what is that? That is a nose cavity. Yes, these are the facial bones, and sigmoid is the connection between the face bones and the cranium. So these are the zygomatic bone. Yes, so these are the different types of bones. It covers the skull. It actually 22 in numbers, right? So we major is cranium, mandible, and the cranium you have different types of lobes, and you have the facial bones, and also the facial bones and the cranium part will be connected with the help of zygomatic bone, right? And then next axial skeleton is a sternum. Yes, a sternum, as you know, it is a breastbone. It is a flat and narrow bone located in the middle of the thoracic cavity. And again, you have a different parts here. The major head part is the manubrium, and the middle part is the body, and the end, the tail part is the xiphoid process. And the ribs, which has been produced from the sternum. Actually, there are 12 pair of lips. Out of 12, the 7 lips are directly attached to the sternum, and remaining 5 lips, the 5 pairs, remaining 5 pairs are called false ribs. The 7 ribs, which is the 7 pair of ribs which is being attached to the sternum, is called true ribs, and the remaining 5 pair ribs are called false ribs because it's not been attached to the sternum. And in out of this 5, even in this 5 also, the first 3, that is 8th, 9th and 10th ribs will fuse together and then join with the 7th rib, 7th rib, and the remaining last 2, that is the 11th and 12th, will be free floating. So those ribs are called floating ribs. So once again I'm repeating, there are actually 12 pairs of ribs. Out of 12 pairs, the 7 ribs are directly contact with the sternum, so it is called true ribs. The remaining 5 are called false ribs. In the 5 false ribs, the first 3, that is 7th and 8th, 7th, 8th and 9th rib will be fused together and then joined with last, that is a 7th rib on either side, and the remaining 3, remaining 2, that is 11th and 12th rib, will be free floating. It will not join with sternum, and it will not be fused with each other and then join with previous other ribs. Yes. Next, we will have the very important thing, that is the spinal cord. The spinal cord, if you take, again it has the 33 vertebrae, that is a 33 vertebrae column in this. Out of this, first one, that is the neck part, is the cervical vertebrae. And neck parts, we will be having a 5 bones, sorry, 7 bones, and then thoracic vertebrae you will be having again 12 bones, and the lumbar you will be having 5 bones, and then a sacrum 5, and lots you have coccyx. So the spinal column is actually consists of 33 vertebrae. It's been split right from top to bottom. So it will start with cervical bone, that is the back side of the neck bone, and thoracic bone, that is, so thoracic vertebrae, that is the breast side bone, that is it covers the lungs, breast, everything. And then next to thorax we will be having the lumbar, that is 5 in number. Then you will be having sacrum, again it also have 5 in number. At last you have the coccyx, that is 4 in number. So if you add all together, you will get 33 vertebrae. Yes. So the main function of this spinal cord is it will support overall body weight, and also it highly helps in distributing the weight through pelvis to the lungs and then feet, and it absorbs the shock, that means the vibration, with the help of intervertebral disc, and mainly it will have a very flexibility, and also it helps in movement. Yes. And then as I said before, vertebrae, you have here 5 major vertebrae: cervical vertebrae, thoracic vertebrae, lumbar vertebrae, and coccygeal vertebrae, and sacrum vertebrae. So upper end of the spine is cervical, and then extend from thorax region, there is chest part, that is the thoracic, and lumbar part is the hip part, that is the lumbar part. It is in 5 in number. This one is 12 in number. This one is 7 in number. This again 5 in number. Sacrum, that is next to lumbar you will be having sacrum, and last you have coccygeal, that is the 4 in number. When you add all together, you will get 12. And the curves of the spine, why the spines are in curve in nature? What is the main function of this curve? In the sense, it helps to maintain the balance. It will adding even more strength to vertebral column and to absorb the shock when patient, or I mean sorry, when people is walking or running, and also it will protect the vertebral column from the fracture. So because of this main function, then the beauty of the nature is by birth itself we having a designing of this curve of spine. Yes. And then pectoral girdle is nothing but this the shoulder bone, and you have clavicles, and the scapula. These are called as, these scapulas are called flat bones, and these clavicles are otherwise called as collar bones or shoulder bones. And then humerus, that is the arm part, that is. Biceps parts is a humerus, and below you will be having radius and ulna. Two bones are fused and joined with humerus with help of cartilage. The ulna part, which is the part, it is continued to the little finger, and radius part which is continued to the thumb finger. So ulna part is that is the part which is facing towards the body, and radius part is facing outside of the body. So this is the trick to remember which one is come first and second. And then that is again radius and ulna. So radius, ulna is the part which is continue till to little finger. The radius is the part which is straight to the thumb finger. Then you will be having the wrist, that is a wrist. You will have the carpals, that is actually 18 numbers, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 18 numbers. And then over the carpals you have metacarpals, that is again 5 numbers. And then fingers, otherwise called as phalanges, it is actually 13 in numbers. So in each fingers you will be have three split ups, but in this thumb finger you will be having only two split ups. So when you add all together, when you put together, you will get 13 in numbers. And when you come to the lower body, that is pelvis, it's the main different type of bones: ilium, ischium, and the pubis. And then the point where the joint is made, that is the pubic symphysis. And then this sacrum, and you have coccygeal, right? This is the spinal cord. So these are three main types of bones in pelvis. Then you have if you take lower limb. So till now we have discussed upper limb, that is the two hands. Now we have reached lower limb. In lower limb you have the patella, that is nothing but a kneecap, and you have femur, and down you had a fibula and tibia. Yes, so tibia and fibula. The kneecap is getting attached with the tibia, whereas the fibula is just being attached with the tibula. So the tibia, the femur is again the largest bone in the body, and the tibia, it's the lower part of the bone, which is attached with the kneecap, one end, and downside you will have ankle joint. In top side you will have knee joint, and downside you have ankle joint. And the fibula, it will have in a top side it will not get joined with the kneecap, it will just join with the tibia. So fibula is smaller than tibia. That is very important, because you might may confused between these two bones, which one is larger and smaller. So fibula is smaller than tibia. And as like in upper lip, the lower lip also have a metacarpals, metatarsals. Where there we discuss metacarpals. Here we will use to say metacarpals. So you had tarsals in upper limb, we had carpals. Here metatarsals, there you had metacarpals. Here the same, the phalanges is the same in both case, or or else also you can say toes. So the main function of this, so till now we have discussed what are the different types of bones which is present in the ear. Yes, next class we will see what is the function of the skeletal bones. Yes, thank you.